Hi, I'm Daniel from LEGO.co.uk and this is the Panasonic KX-TG 6821. The snappily titled 6821, as I'll be referring to it from now on, is an entry-level cordless phone which puts it towards the lower end of the price spectrum. It has an integrated answer machine, which not all phones at this price point do have, and you can expand it to up to 6 handsets. But is it any good? Let's take a closer look. I normally start these video reviews by talking a little bit about the design of the product. As you can see, although the 6821 is an entry-level phone, as I said, I still think it's quite a sleek little model with this understated design, silver panel on the bottom, black on the top of the screen, and it's black around the back as well. The buttons don't stick out that much from the body of the phone, unlike some other models, but they are nice and spaced out to make them a bit easier to use, and backlit as well. It's got a large LCD screen, only monochrome, as you'd only really tend to get a color screen with a more expensive phone with more additional features. But the text on this is a good size to read across the room, and another plus in my book, it hasn't got that sort of orange tint to it, which I find makes it a little bit harder to read. And just like the buttons, the screen is backlit as well, which makes it that little bit easier to use. As has become something of a tradition in these cordless phone reviews, we'll test if it can stand up on its own. As you can see, it's got a rounded base to it, so it doesn't stand up. Some people prefer to take hands-free calls with the phone stood up. Can't do that with this, but probably won't be a deal breaker for most people. Then finally, you've got the base, which the phone sits in, or should I say, stands up in. As you can see, it's almost vertical, this base station, roughly in keeping with the design of the handset. One feature that I do like about base stations that stand up like this is it means it's much easier to see the little answer machine screen here when you've got a new message when you come in the door. So that's all about the design. Now onto the sound performance. Now in the past we've been consistently impressed with Panasonic's phones, but with cheaper phones from all brands you can sometimes find that the sound quality gets a bit tinny and hard to understand. Thankfully though, that's not the case here. We found during testing that the sound quality was clear and easy to understand through both the earpiece and the loudspeaker mode. Obviously on the loudspeaker you do sacrifice the sound quality a little bit, but not really enough to affect the quality of the call. One unique feature about this phone is that Panasonic have included an option which when switched on apparently turns off up to 75% of background noise to just filter out the sound of the person speaking. In practice we didn't really find this made too much of a difference to the sound quality of the call, but it already sounded nice and clear, so you probably won't need to use that feature. As for setup, it's nice and straightforward, pretty much plug and play, so even if you're not too tech savvy, you should still be able to set this up nice and easily. If you're buying multiple handsets, then you will need to register those extra ones up to the base station, but when you pop the batteries into those handsets, there'll be a little setup wizard that guides you through the process, and it should only take a minute or two to register each additional handset. As for additional features, the 6821 is pretty impressive, again, considering the price. As I mentioned right at the start of this video, it's unusual to find entry-level phones with an integrated answer machine, but what's more unusual is the capacity of this, up to 30 minutes recording time. Normally with a cheaper phone answer machine, you'd only expect sort of 18 to 20 minutes, so that's really good. And another great feature about the answer machine is you can set it up so that when a message is left on here, the phone will then call another number, so that could be your work number or your mobile, and then play the message back to you, so you don't need to wait until you get home to find out what that message is. It's also repeater compatible, which means if you found that the range wasn't quite far enough for your needs, you could purchase a LEGO repeater, pair that up with the base station, and then wherever you put that, you'll get double the range again, which would be really useful if you're using the full capacity of 6 handsets with this phone. It's also got some nuisance call blocking features as well. You can block up to 50 individual numbers or prefixes if you find the same nuisance callers keep calling you. And there's also a night mode, which when activated, you just pop in set times and the ringer won't go off during those hours. Finally, the handset has this little button here with this fairly incomprehensible symbol on it. Not sure what that's meant to be, but that button is a smart function key, and it basically does different things depending on how the phone is currently being used. So if you came home, you had an additional handset nearer the door rather than the base with the counter on. If this little button here was flashing slowly, you can press it and it will play out of the speakerphone your answer machine messages that you've got. While you're on a call, if you press it, it will activate that noise cancellation feature that I mentioned earlier. And while the phone is ringing, if you press this instead of the standard button to answer the call, it'll answer straight to loudspeaker. So there we have it, the Panasonic KX-TG 6821, an excellent entry-level phone that doesn't compromise on sound or features. If you've got any questions or comments about this product, pop them below, and to get your hands on one of these for yourself, head over to ligo.co.uk.